So, okay, then how about this? I run a small business. And you know what? We're in our first year. We're doing okay. We're meeting our ends, but we don't quite have enough to go out there and just bring on a whole specialist. Or maybe I'm just antsy, but I want to get my SEO improved a little bit. What is something that I, as the common layman business owner, what can I do to improve my SEO?
Ooh, great question. So I actually teach a webinar on this. I teach a workshop called SEO Traffic Secrets, where I like to teach my 3 secrets of how you can actually start implementing SEO yourself with just an hour or 2 a month. So if you're that person that you don't have the budget yet to hire a team to go and do this for you, you can start by implementing these 3 tips, and I'll run through them really quickly. So this is kind of a shallow answer for it, but I do actually offer a PDF download of these 3 steps. So if you want to go further into this, you can download my PDF at growingyourtraffic.com/unlimited traffic. So growingyourtraffic.com/unlimited traffic. You can download this PDF that goes through these 3 steps. But number 1 is you've got to talk to Google. So your website has to communicate to Google what you want to rank for. Our team goes really deep into this. There's a lot of metrics you can get into on competition and search volume and all these other data points that we look at. But if you're a small business owner and you are just trying to get started with getting Google to recognize your website, I recommend just going to google.com and typing in your products or services. And when you do that, you're going to see autocomplete suggestions come up, like predictive text. And those are things that people are searching for. So those are keywords. So those are things that you want your website to rank for that are related to your products and services. So I recommend adding those to your website. And I'm going to get a little technical here for a minute. This is as techie as I'll get in this interview, but a practical thing that you can do with those keywords is take one keyword that you want to be found for and create a web page or blog post that that's going to target that keyword. So one keyword, one web page. Web page and blog posts are the same to Google. Then take that keyword and put it in these 3 places on your page or your post: your H1 header tag, your meta title, and your meta description. So when you put that keyword in those 3 places, it sets up a crystal clear communication channel between your website and Google. And it tells Google that this is what you want this page to rank for. So that's my first tip, is make sure your website is talking to Google correctly. And that's how you can set up your website to talk to Google. So kind of techie. Going into the next 2 points, they aren't quite as techie. Number 2 is fresh content. Just be publishing fresh content on your website on a regular basis that shows Google that you're relevant, you're up to date, you're here, you're engaging, and they actually want to promote you when you're publishing fresh content. So whatever that looks like, it can be tips, news, resources, reviews, case studies. It could be a number of things. You can answer questions that people frequently ask about your products, your services, your industry, but just publish regular content on your website at least once a week. And that shows Google that you're relevant. So that's secret number 2. And then secret number 3, this is what I call my number 1 traffic hack. And that is that you need to get Google to trust your website. So if you want massive traffic and leads, you have to have massive trust. And so the way to do that is to get a bunch of websites to link to yours. We call them backlinks. And all it means is that another website has linked to your website, and that passes trust from that website to yours.
Interesting.
So that's my number 1 traffic hack. Focus on getting at least 1 high quality backlink every month. We do much more than that for our clients, much more than 1. But if you're a one-man show, you're doing this yourself and you want to just get started getting some visibility, just aim for 1 high quality backlink a month. So some ways you can do that are guest posting on blogs or other news sites in your industry, and they'll link back to you in the About the Author section. You could be a guest on a podcast or a summit, because they usually will link to you in their show notes. You can win an award, you can do some volunteer work and have your local newspaper write about it. There's so many different ways that you can get other sites to link to yours. You can establish partnerships in your industry. You can join some directories online, but just focus on getting 1 backlink each month to your website. And that starts to build some trust with Google.
I can see, like a chamber event, because chambers of commerce, super common. They're everywhere. And I bet that if you were involved in some other events and like a sponsor, and they just say like, hey, here's one of our sponsors, here's something that they supported in this particular event, that probably counts as a backlink then.
100%. Yep. As long as they put your logo and or your link. Well, it's got to be a link. So usually they'll put your logo with a link. So whether or not there's a logo there, as long as they put a link to your website on their site, absolutely that counts as a backlink.
Interesting. Because in my head, I'm thinking I have to convince someone to change their own website. But no, it really is just how many other people are interacting with your website and making links for it.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. And then there's always that like double edge, like you're getting 2 benefits from that, because now you're a sponsor. So people are seeing your logo in the community and they're getting to know your brand, and you're getting that backlink. Same with when you're a guest post, like people might actually see, oh, this person knows what they're talking about, and they might be inclined to reach out and want to work with you. even though you're just doing it for the backlink. Or when you're a podcast guest, people might, you're getting more visibility from that as well as the backlink. So you get a lot of double benefits when you go out and try to find those backlink opportunities. But the main thing is get that link back to your website. Don't ever forget that piece.